Hey, what's up guys? John Mercer here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. You know, I get lots of emails about job interviews, so rather than answer about 1 million emails individually, I just thought I would make a video about it. So I'm going to give you some video points here on nailing a job interview. In fact, I'm going to give you my top 3 points to nail a job interview. Now, before we even get started, there is one thing you've got to understand. There is one concept that will repel jobs from you. It's a 4-letter word. It begins with F. You know what it is? No, it's not that. Get your mind out of the gutter. The word is fear. Fear is a repulsive emotion. It repels things from us. It repels jobs. It repels dates. It repels anything. Fear is the enemy. So before we even get into the 3 big points, you need to understand you can't go into a job interview or anything else in a fear-based state and expect to get good results. Now let's get started with my top 3 points for job interviews. Point number 1, do not go to a job interview to try to get a job. If you show up to a job interview trying to get a job, you automatically put yourself at a disadvantage. You put yourself down maybe about here, and you put the company up here, right? So you're just begging, like with your hat in hand, please sir, may I have a job? That's the wrong attitude. You gotta have a little bit more confidence and swagger than that. So the idea is you don't want to go to a job interview to try to get a job. You want to go there to try to give your service, your ability, your talent, your charm, your personality, your work ethic to the company. You're trying to give them something, you're offering them something if it's a good fit for them, okay? So that's a very different mindset. When you change your attitude, when you go to an interview offering to give something to the company, to help them, rather than trying to get something, it subtly changes your vibe, the way you carry yourself, in a very good way. That brings us to point number 2, subtle association. When you're speaking to the interviewer, anytime you're talking about any sort of positive word or any kind of positive comment, things like leadership or reliability, any kind of word that is associated with something very positive, good for business, then every time that happens, you subtly motion toward yourself with your hands. Now, I'm doing it in kind of an obvious way right now, just to make the point on video, but I think you see what I mean. For example, you can touch yourself at your core like this, or you can very subtly just motion toward yourself when you use a word like leadership or reliability. You can do this with any word you want to associate with yourself in a job interview. It's a small thing, but it can make a big difference. The only caveat I will give you is to make sure that you've practiced this a lot and you're very smooth and comfortable with it before you go into a job interview, okay? Finally, we come to point number 3. Interview the company. As well as you being interviewed by the company, you need to also be interviewing the company. Employers appreciate someone who asks a lot of questions. Again, this also helps to put you on an equal footing, because after all, if things work out and you get the job, you could be dealing with this company and these people and their work ethics and their priorities for a long, long time. So you need to be very comfortable with them. Interview the company as much as they're interviewing you. So there you have it, guys, my top 3 tips for job interviews. I hope they help you. But keep in mind, remember, fear is the enemy here. When you go into a job interview or any kind of situation in business, make sure you're not going from a fear-based position. Go in there as an equal. This kind of reflects back to what I was saying in an earlier video about carrying yourself with a bit of swagger. It is important. A little bit of swagger in a job interview will go a long way. I'll talk to you very soon. Take care, and don't forget to friend me on Facebook. You'll find a link below in the doobly down there. I'll see you next time.
You can make your world over if you let everything be good. Let everything be good.
What? You still here? Hey, check out my new book, Stronger, Better, Happier, Amazing Techniques to Remake Your Life. It's on Amazon.com right now. Link below in the doobly. Check it out.